Hey guys, we're coming off the World Pool Championship, which Federer got second place in, and Carlo Beato won. But it's funny because on record, that is the highest paying tournament um, this year, anyway. Federer's 2025 winnings are 532,000 and some change. That's over $500,000. So, I mean, relative to golf or other sports, it's like chump change. But for pool, $500,000, and we're only going into August. That's a lot for a pool player to win, and that's just money he won, legally on paper. Beato, 320,000. Yap, Delicious Yap of Singapore, 198,000. Johan Shua of the Philippines, 164,000. And Josh Filler, 155,000. They're getting ready to start the Florida Open, which I believe starts August 5th. And the first matches are already lined up, and it's only the 30th of July. So let's see how many of these guys are down there in Florida getting ready to play. Let's look at the matches. Federer Gorge will be there, of course. Jeremy Jones, he's getting up there in age, but he's hey, look, Earl Strickland is back. And, it's no secret that I'm not Earl's biggest fan, but I wish him well. Yeah, Earl's back for you fans, for you guys who like watching him and his antics. Sky Woodward. This might take a while. There's a bunch of them down here. We're scrolling through now, so... Oh, and there's a wild card that's not been mentioned. I guess they have 128 players here. So it's filled except for the Matchroom wild card, and I don't know how they decide who that's going to be. Hunter Lombardo from the Great Northeast is there. Billy Thorpe. Yeah, Billy Thorpe, for all you Billy Thorpe fans, probably the best banker alive today. I still say John Brumback could come out of retirement and put a whipping on him, but we gotta pause right here for a second, but I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's see who else is in the land of Ur. Where'd we stop at? Billy Thorpe. Welcome back, Billy. What else? David Alcade, all the way from Europe. Eckling Casey, also from Europe, somewhere there. Still scrolling here. There's a lot of players, a lot of not so real popular. Casey. But I don't think it's the same Casey. It's not the same Casey. It's another Casey. He's from Europe too. I guess he's kin to Eklund. I don't know. I can't keep up. They breed too fast. Who else do we have here? Come on. Eric Roberts. He's a young guy from Middle Tennessee, not too far from where I am. Plays exceptionally well. And a lot of people in Tennessee and Kentucky will be pulling for Eric. Well-mannered young man. Hey, Max Eberly. Mad Max is down there. Honorary subscriber of the JD channel, in case you didn't know. I'm gonna name drop him as often as I can. I'll probably unsubscribe. Johan Chua. Johan's been playing exceptionally well lately. Ruiz, of course, he's also from Europe. BJ Ushery from the great Southeast. Road grinder for years and years and years. Anthony Magalino, he's from Florida. He's a local player. Plays exceptionally well. All of these guys play exceptionally well. There's going to be some standouts, but, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a dark horse in here that, you know, comes out of nowhere and says, hey, I'm here. We got John Moore all the way from Canada. Yep, good luck, John. He's an old friend of mine. I'm an associate. We know each other to say hello to. Jason Shaw of somewhere in Europe. I don't know, they have like 104 countries in Europe, and I can't remember who's from where. Shane Wolford. He hasn't done much like that. I'd like to see Shane get back in stroke and kick some booty. Max Lechner, also from Europe. A lot of Europeans here. Not too many Filipinos from what I can see. From China or somewhere in Asia. Oi. Oi. There's a couple different Ois. I don't know if it's one I'm thinking about. I had trouble keeping them, you know, straight too. Chris Reinhold. Oh, there's another wild card. I think there's actually 4 wild cards in here. We gotta take another break. Tyler Steyer. He also did very good in the World Championship. I think, if I remember right, he got in the top 64 with Max. Max was there too. Max was doing really good. And then I just kind of lost track of him because I wasn't, you know, actually watching it. I was just watching the brackets. And I don't know what happened. I think Lechner beat Tyler, and Max got knocked out by somebody. He might have made it to top 32. But anyway, let's not name drop too much. Tony Crosby is there. Tony beat me in South Carolina, and it was kind of funny. I won the leg because, yep, cheers to me. And I scratched on the first break, and Tony ran out, and then just proceeded to put a 9-pack on. I think it was a 7-pack. He ran 7 racks in a row, and it was it. I was going to sit down and wait for the loser's bracket to start, but you know, of that whole tournament, you know who the best racker in that tournament was? It was me, man. It was me. Yeah, Tony put a whooping on me. Never gave me a shot. And he was playing so freaking good. I think he wound up winning. I don't know. We didn't stay around too long. Rose is there. Another one from Europe. Brandon Schuff is there. Mike DeLauder is there. Alyssa Yap is there. Donnie Mills. Donnie, brother, congratulations on getting that monkey off your back. And all these pros, they really have no freaking business coming into your state, like pretending they can play pool. So you really just need to put a whooping on all these guys. Again, I'll be pulling for you, Donnie. I hope you do very well. I hope you win the damn thing. I'm getting sick of Shane Van Boning and and what's his name? Federer Gorse winning everything. Skyler, at the end of the day, I think Skyler's due. He's itching to get back into high competition, and he's got a stable personal life now, and he's got another kid, and everything is carved in stone with he and his wife. And really, I would really like to see Skyler bring home the bacon. But again, when you have Shane and Federer and now Beato, and look at all these dudes. This is like the who's who of pool. There are a few names that stand out that I don't see on this list. Filler, Alex Pagulayan. Where are you guys? You scared? You're scared? Let's get on to pool stuff. Alright, if you're still with me, this was shot on May 30th. And I believe this is the last footage from May, so we're finally into June. And then we have to go all through July to get all caught up. But there's not a lot of footage in June because I was out running. I was doing my thing. That's when Shirley said, "The hell with this, I'm going to Florida." No, that's a long story. I'll tell you the story. This looks like a cream cake rack here. Let's see what I can do. It was all about getting over on the other side for that too, and that was a wacky looking stroke. I pulled way too far back there. I had to pull back a little bit because I had to get around the 4 and the 7, but not that much. And now I have a really hard shot, and I gotta stop it on the 4 ball. But from here, it should be just gravy. Not to brag, I know a lot of guys would struggle with this, but it should be gravy. I've been playing this game a long time. And it's just ain't nothing to it. I had to kill the angle, and that was the dead route right there. And I had to kill it with a little bit of inside. And I decided to go 2 rounds on that, and it got really steep. I'm going to have to shoot this because I can't see much of the 8 ball. And yeah, that's why I wind up hitting the 9 ball. And I'm like, F yeah, I got this. And we're pretty much straight in. So just keep a straight stroke. Don't do anything dumb. And actually put draw on that, which was kind of dumb, but Alright, that's game 1. Let's move along here. Alright, 10 minutes later, and racking them up. Center ball on the break. IQ at the bottom. I'm going to make a video showing you guys how I cue up on the cue ball because people think I'm drawing this cue ball on the break. And I want to show you a little trick I use to find center ball. The ball spread good. I hate what that 7 is. That's going to be a problem. But the big problem, and this is the key shot in this rack, is I can't shoot the 1 ball in the corner because the 5's blocking the pocket. So I had no choice but to either play safe or shoot it in the side. And this is really tough, and this has me baffled. Yeah, I'm kabobulated here. The 2 ball is right in front of the pocket, and that's when I should take the time to get the 7 ball off the rail. But somehow it just didn't come to mind, and it's like, I'll deal with it. No, I just didn't think about it. I really should have knocked that 7 ball off the rail, because that's going to be a problem. The best thing to do with the 7 ball is to come up under it. But I don't believe I did that either. Yeah, I went on top of it and got good position on it, so I was able to make it. And we're shooting a combination here. Yeah, this is turning into a slop fest. But I did well in getting back on the 4-ball. And now it's all about getting on the 7-ball. And I really... See, this is not my best rack. I really need to come up under it. And it's a little self-destructive to go on top of it. I didn't have to do that, but I did, and I got there. So that was an excellent shot, but it's just the wrong way to do it. And I had the angle to get off the rail a little bit, and I am almost straight in on the 9, so there were good things about that rack and not so good things. It's just the way it went. On this next rack, my camera battery died halfway through it. But if you keep your eye on the clock, that's why that clock's back there, so you know I'm not making any cuts and rearranging balls and putting little dots on the table and all the ways that some YouTubers are, not so honest with you. There ain't none of that here. I'm 100%. Hey, I gave Crosby a perfect rack 7 times in a row, so you can't blame me for being a cheater. What am I doing with the deuce? Looks like I'm cutting it in the side. Can I get on the 3-ball? A little steep of an angle there. I don't know, John. Yeah. And now how you gonna get on the 4-ball? So yeah, I didn't want to shoot that combination on the 2-6. So here's where I land, and I should probably hit that a lot harder and bounced off the side round, come down to the bottom round, but I didn't. I'm looking for the bridge. I think I cut the cue ball. No, I don't ever cut. I used to cut the cue ball loose all the time when I was young. But you learn not to do that after getting your butt kicked a few times. What am I doing? Oh, yep, going all the way back up. That's the way to shoot that shot, especially on this old Brunswick. The safest way, and yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. Can we get a side pocket shot on the 5? I don't know if I'm straight enough. We'll see. Yep, sure can. This should be over here. And that's where the battery died. Keep an eye on the clock, and you can only see I lost a minute. Everything is still where I left it. And I needed a little bit more of an angle on the 6 to get down on the other side of the 7. And I didn't have it, so I just swung at it to hit the 7-ball and come up on this side. So now it's a little bit of work to get on the 9. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's try to see if I turn it into an orange. That's fine. I went a little bit long, and I should move this template out of my way, but I didn't. And yeah, I'm packing up the truck and moving to Beverly. Loading up the truck. Yeah, we're heading down to Florida, just like everybody else. But we're not going to Orlando. That's where all the dogs are, the big dogs. And I'm not chasing Shirley. It's not my style. She's all the way down in Sarasota. So what am I doing in Florida? Well, there's something you probably haven't put together yet, and I will fill you in coming videos. Don't you worry, there's no secrets around here. Peace, brothers and sisters.